Woohoo! We are live. Yay, yay, yay. Super exciting today. I'm going to talk to you about what is manifesting and how to do it. So, the intention of this video is for you to dive into, if you're curious or wonder or new to what is this manifesting. It's become such a buzzword these days, and I want you to understand it simply and easily so that you can start manifesting dreams, goals, desires, intentions that maybe you didn't think that before you could actually have in your life. So, manifesting can range from anything that you want, and you can put the lens of almost like a goal or a heart's desire is how I like to call it, because I truly believe that we were born and gifted with heart's desires that we're meant to experience in our human journey. So if you're not new to manifesting, this will actually be supportive for you as well, because sometimes we can forget the basics and actually make it too complicated or not actually find our own connection to manifesting. So, the whole intention is for you to really gain that manifesting muscle, more strength in it, because you all have it, as well as for you to really know deeply, not just mind know, but know in your heart, your being, your cells, your soul, how powerful you really are. And that is the crux of manifesting, this belief, this truth, this understanding and knowingness that you are a powerful creator, co creator by what you think, what you believe, what you put out into your world, matching and coming back to you. So, I want to start off also with what I've manifested, because I no, there's a lot going out on the internet of what to do and how to manifest, and I don't wanna share anything that hasn't worked for me or that I don't understand on a very deep level. With my background as a clinical hypnotherapist, I really have a beautiful understanding of the subconscious mind, and when I was taking my schooling and training, it was actually more about healing past wounds and childhood struggles and significant events. But when I was taking the schooling, and the explanation of the subconscious mind was really shared with me, the huge light bulbs went off. I was like, that is manifesting. They just explained why manifesting works, because I was always a believer. I just didn't know why I was manifesting relationships and jobs and people and a new life. It just was happening because I just believed. And then when it was explained, which I will explain why the subconscious plays such a huge role in the manifesting process, it just like blew my mind. And I just want everybody to know how powerful, we always hear power of our mind is, but for you to actually understand it more so you can work with it. Okay, so what I've manifested, just a quick little snippets to increase that belief for yourself, because that's a little hack of the subconscious. If you can believe it and see it in others, you're going to start to create evidence now for yourself. So I've manifested relationships, from friendships to a huge community to relationships in the regard of clients, soul aligned clients, and from love. So those are a few manifestations I know people desire if you're not in a relationship. Love, and we're humans, we're meant to connect. So friendships are really key as well to fill that bucket up of connection that we all innately inherently have, obviously to a degree difference from each person. Mine's large. I have a big connection bucket that I desire to be filled, and moving to 7 different places, I've had to meet and develop those friendships, and that can be difficult and hard when you're in an adult age, is the limiting belief people say. I didn't choose to believe that, and I've created beautiful friendships by putting that out into the world. I've manifested lots of money. I don't say that to be like, "Ooh," but I say that as we are humans and we all deal with money in our life right now. Right now, we live in a world where we purchase things to live, to eat, to adventure, to experience life. So money is needed for that. And having money to experience life just makes the journey so much better and sweeter. I've manifested from big lump sums to certain income goals I've had monthly to unexpected money. That's my favorite one, where it just poofs out of the air. And manifesting can be like that. It seemed very magical and miraculous, but I definitely know that there is our part as well in the process, not just this is why I feel like a lot of people have a hard time believing in it is they're like, you just think it and it happens. There's so much more to it. And I want to explain that to you. Manifested the car I'm living. I don't live in my car. Manifested the car I'm driving. I have manifested jobs from ones that I were very underqualified, highly competitive, visualized it, desired it, wanted it, it happened. I'll go deeper into that as well. From a new life when one was crumbling, from a new city to a new community to a new home to a new career to finding a place to live in where I decided to move. It's actually quite difficult to find rent that is a place that you enjoy. I was very specific. I wanted a large deck. I wanted a beautiful view. I wanted it to be nice and new and 15 minutes to a beach. And all that happened, which is definitely a rare gem to find where I'm living in the city I'm at. But this just goes to show that manifesting, you can create pockets of rare gems that seem to be rare to other people, but doesn't have to be rare to you. What else did I write down here? When I first started off in my manifesting journey, I actually manifested things not really knowing how I was doing it, just simply by, like I said at the beginning, believing in it. So that is the number one point that I can share with you is really just believing, trusting in what it is that you desire is going to happen. And that you're a powerful co-creator or creator. I say co because some people's beliefs are more so in alignment with believing in God, believing in the universe. And I'm definitely not here to tell you what to believe in. If you just believe in yourself, then believing in yourself as a creator. So you're going to see many different definitions of manifesting. Some people are like, well, you're manifesting only if you like don't do anything and you just think it and it happens. And some people will say a different definition, but you want to connect to manifesting in your own way. And that's by just allowing yourself to sit with, okay, what do I actually want to believe in myself or what's available to me or this human journey? For me, I believe we're manifesting just by living our life. And that viewpoint has helped me in dark times in my life. It's helped me when I feel like things aren't working out for me. Just having this trust and this belief in myself and that what I desire and want will happen and will come to fruition. So, the key points in manifesting that just are to take with you to make it just simple and not super complicated or like floofy is doing and being your part. So each manifestation, each desire you may have, there will be a connection of what you're doing and what you're being. So doing is the action you're taking, the aligned action, the intuitive action. The being part is how you being in trust, being in belief, being in presence, being is your state. So doing and being your part. So just right now, a desire you have, tune into it, whether it be love or money or health or something you want or you want to feel more of. You can manifest emotional states. And when you put out the statement, I am ready and willing to do and be my part, you're going to say it in your mind's eye or out loud. Let an answer come through of what doing and being your part for this manifestation, this desire, this goal, this want is. And you'll get an answer. You might get a few answers. Some manifestations are going to require you to do more. Some are going to require you to be more in trust, be more in belief. And that's where, if, for example, let's use money because we all can understand money to a certain level. If your desire is for more money or a certain amount for your income or an unexpected amount that you just want to come in, if you're getting the nudge or the message, you have to like believe in it. That's more being your part. Okay, well, what are the blocks? What are things from childhood? What is the programming? What are the stories around money that keep you from believing you are worthy of it, you deserve it, you can have it, that you're not going to lose it all, right? Like we can have so many stories and limiting beliefs around the very desires we have, which will actually create energetic resistance, emotional resistance, will physically resist it. People give you money, you're like, no, I can't have it. Like we can experience resistance on so many different layers and levels because we're not connected to being our part in the manifestation. So this will come into play if you're like, well, I desire this thing, and then you feel a lot of doubt, a lot of fear, a lot of worry, a lot of resistance. You can like try and bypass and like do in a dysregulated nervous system, and you're just doing because you've mastered doing. But you haven't mastered the being part. It's harmony. It's the yin and the yang. It's masculine and feminine. It's like all these different polar ends of the spectrum, doing and being and bringing it together. Okay, I said I was going to keep it simple. Sorry if that sounded complicated, but it's just really important to connect and understand. Like some people in the manifestation process, they're just doing the like scripting, they're just doing the visualization, they're just doing the manifestation practices, but it's not doing anything about the beingness. Or people are just doing action, and not believing in themselves. We need the harmony together. So you'll also hear law of attraction. Law of attraction is something really, really used a lot and said a lot and spoken a lot about in the manifestation community of like attracts like. Everything is energy. So if you're vibrating at a level of putting out bad thoughts or negative thoughts, always woe is me, your inner world is that, your outer world will attract that. You will match that. Your outer world, a reflection of your inner world. And this actually is a really helpful universal law and understanding, because if we're very negative and we're always seeing the world as against us and it'll never work out for me, it'll never happen for me, this is just going to put a spotlight on those limiting beliefs that you have in your mind about yourself, about the world, about what you want. And it will start to help you shift like, oh, if I actually don't believe that anybody good is left out there for me and I desire a relationship, there's not a connection here of the love you want and the belief, right? So if you desire that love, well, now we have to think, feel our attitude, what we're putting out into the world. We want it to line up. That's doing and being your part, right? So there is definitely some misconceptions around the law of attraction where people start to think, well, then if I always have to be in like a high vibrational state, which isn't you're not able to as human. That's not the human experience. Then people start to think I can't feel bad emotions. Well, first of all, there are no bad emotions. You're meant to experience the range and spectrum of human emotions. It's where you predominantly consistently are. If you're predominantly consistently in fear and worry and shame and guilt and woe is me, that will be definitely experienced in your outer world. But if you are feeling the sadness or disappointment because things are happening in your everyday life that invokes those emotions, feel those emotions. We got to feel those emotions. We don't need to bypass those emotions, but then come back to your predominant vibration and inner world of what you think, feel, believe, in your attitude about life, of a higher state of love, of trust, of peace, of these states that we want to experience. So I did have a question of, well, if my programming and I've been predominantly in one state or shown or taught to be fearful or scarcity around money, which is again a really easy example of us all experiencing it. It's like, how do I shift that and how do I change that and how do I move my predominant thought, feeling, beliefs, vibration, energy from scarcity, lack to abundance and to more than enough and to trusting and believing and allowing money and abundance in from unexpected ways. That is where you really want to look at your subconscious, because your subconscious is conditioned and programmed, and survival strategies and everything is really locked in that part of your mind for what we run off of 95% of our day. And if we just try to do these manifesting techniques that just work on our conscious mind, well, it's no wonder it's not making a shift on this larger part that science psychology proves and shows we run off of 95% of our day. That is your neural nets and neural pathways, why your thoughts are the way that they are, and why your mind shows you evidence and proof of, if you subconsciously have the scarcity mindset, it is going to show you hello, show you evidence that, yeah, there isn't a lot of money in the world. Like, it will show you that because your mind has been created this filter that this is how the world is. So if you're doing subconscious work, which is that theta brainwave state right when you wake up and right before you go to bed, or because that's when you're naturally in it, or induced into that relaxed theta brainwave state through relaxation techniques and breathing. This is what hypnosis is. Let's not get twisted what hypnosis is, where we think it's just like someone's controlling your mind. No, you are shaping your mind when you are in that theta brainwave state, which is such a powerful place to be in, because it's just on record from like 0 to 7 when you can't decide what's going in. But then as an adult, what has been brought from childhood comes into adulthood with you, unless you're making a choice to choose and change those beliefs and thoughts around the different areas in your life you want to manifest, or even your self image, your self concept, your sense of self. So I have a ton of resources on my channel of different hypnosises and even meditation. Some meditations can get you to that theta brainwave state around different areas to support you in shifting and changing this part of your mind, so that subconsciously now your viewpoint and perspective of the world, of what you desire to have, hold, experience in your life actually is going, you believe in it. You believe that it can happen for you. Sorry, my little puppy is barking. We can bring him in because he wants to be part of the YouTube video. Manifested a puppy. Didn't even know I wanted one. Then came into my life. Definitely want him. So manifestation, it allows you to even like manifest more than what you could dream or hope of. And I desired a loving power couple relationship, and he came with a sweet little nugget, and here he is. He just wants to say hi. You just want to say hi? And my life wouldn't be the same without him. Okay. So understanding if you're like, what she keeps talking about your vibration and like, well, what is that? So law of attraction really states that everything is energy. This microphone is energy. You're made up of energy. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your attitude, everything is energy. So when like attracts like, if you are full of thoughts and feelings and beliefs and your attitude that connects to the very thing that you desire, this will start to come into your life. And with all things being energy, even how you're feeling, like maybe some excitement or intrigue right now, that is energy. So if you're predominantly, again, in that state of like fear and worry and doubt, like predominantly, you see the world as fearful and everything is scary. And it's like, ugh. And there are those people that are just like afraid to live, but that is a true reflection of what's going on in their thoughts, their beliefs, their attitude, how they feel. And then we respond, behave, and act in correlation to what we think, feel, and believe. So this just is such an easy lens to be like, oh, am I being like hopeful and excited and positive about my work, about my choice, about my decision, about what I want, or am I not? And then you can take a look at, well, why am I not then? Is it because a story somebody told me when I was a kid? Is it because my dad didn't believe it? Is it this? Is it actually my fear, my worry? And then you can start to shift that thinking. So the only thing that gets that struggle here is like, oh, well, then I can't ever think a bad thought. No, predominantly. If you're predominantly thinking negative thoughts, again, I don't even like to say bad or negative, but you can discern the difference between an exciting and positive thought versus not, then you can really start to see what's going on in your inner world. So to easily manifest some starting out here, the first things I manifested, not even like understanding, I would just like repeat the thought of what I wanted over and over. And I like really believed I was going to have it. I just kept saying, I'm going to have this by this age. I'm going to have this by this age. I'm going to have this by this age. And you'll hear people be like, don't put a timeline on the universe, and you don't have to. I wouldn't recommend you always to do that, but it was just an intuitive knowingness at this certain age, I would have this. So I just kept saying that in my mind. By this age, I'm going to have this. By this age, I'm going to have this. I'm just explaining my very first thing I manifested. That's what I did. Because now I don't put timelines on the universe. And I'm saying the universe. This is what I believe. I'm a co-creator with the universe. So again, like I said at the beginning, you don't have to believe in anything outside of yourself if you just want to believe in yourself. Amazing. Great. You are a powerful creator based on your energy within of, again, thoughts, beliefs, attitude, actions. The second way I manifested a job that I was underqualified for, 100 applicants, straight out of university. Definitely everybody was like, you're not going to get this job. Like, stop being excited about it. I visualized getting the phone call of them telling me I was going to get it, and really, really believed and felt I was getting this job. I had to move for it, and I was like already planning the move. Like I was already in the manifestation of it happening. So I was talking like it, acting like it, being like it, and visualizing. Scripting and journaling is another one. So writing out like your dream day, your dream life. And this can sound so like such a big gap from where you are to where you want to be. But if you're not even going to let yourself, and this is a beautiful thing about the manifestation process, is like it just opens up your subconscious. It opens up your imaginative part of your mind to just be open and allow it to come in. So when you journal, don't journal things that are making you question and be in doubt and not happy or excited and feeling like, whoa, this would be amazing, because that's just like going against being in connection to that manifestation and the desire. So I'm sharing things that actually I didn't realize that I was doing that worked on my subconscious, because the repeating, going back to that first one, the repeating of the thought, that's how your subconscious gains and sears in a neural net, a neural pathway, is through repetition, 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 repetition. When the mind has really formed, it's repetition, repetition, repetition. With visualization, this is just shown a lot in sports psychology, which is pretty cool, of visualizing getting that goal, getting the shot over and over and over, how that starts to wire in the neural nets and pathways for this to actually be felt in your body. So many cool studies show, like, when I think it was basketball, or it was, no, swimming. They did a study with swimming. The guy never swam this certain stroke, but just visualized it. And after the study, he gained the muscle of where he would have if he actually physically did it. So this just goes to show this really powerful connection that you have to your body through your mind. So it's not just like your outer world, it's your inner world too. So if you're visualizing something you want and you're feeling it in your body. Another cool thing about visualization is your mind doesn't know the difference between real or imaginary. So as you really imagine what it is that you're desiring, it's happening for your mind. It's happening for your inner world. It's like you're practicing. If you use the sports context, you're practicing that perfect shot. You're practicing winning the game, how it would feel. Put that same lens on your manifestation, your dream, your goal. You see it in your mind, you're feeling in your body, that excitement, that feeling. And that law of attraction, like attracts like, the vibration, the connection, your inner world, you're putting that pulse out into your external world, your electromagnetic signature, what you think electric, what you feel magnetic, is what you put out into the world. Because it's like, well, you see lucky people. What lucky people think and feel and believe is very different than unlucky people. We can all be having the same experience, but lucky people versus unlucky people, they think and feel and believe different. Oh, what's going around right now? Like the lucky girl syndrome. Channel that, own that, lucky girl, lucky boy syndrome. Like, you get to have that. You decide. The other one, affirmations. So affirmations is also working with your subconscious. Affirmations can be also coined as beliefs. So a thought repeated enough with feeling and emotion behind it will become a belief. So you heard me talking about limiting beliefs. They're exactly what they are. A limited view and perspective on any area of topic or subject. So if you have a limited belief and limiting belief around money, around love, it'll show up how you talk, how you walk, how you act. You don't believe that there's any good people left for love and that's a desire of yours. Okay, that's a limiting belief. It's not liberating. It's not expansive and open. It's not an allowing. It's blocking. You can feel it. There's no good people left. That's doesn't feel good. Like, your thoughts will create a feeling in your body. So for affirmations to actually work, is you do want to clear out the limiting beliefs, because it's about 5 minutes, all right, to clear out the limiting beliefs that are under it. Because it's almost like you have a limiting belief record playing, and then your affirmations you're trying to put on top of this record that's already playing, the CD that's already playing. So you want to clear these limiting beliefs first. How do you do that? Subconscious work, when you're in a theta brainwave state. And you can do this, you can self-guide yourself through it. I would probably suggest you having a hypnotherapist or someone who understands the subconscious to walk you through it, to get to the root of the beliefs and to that younger part of you. I'll do some videos and I'll guide you through it so that you can connect to it. Actually, I probably have some videos already up. I'll link in the description below some videos already up where we're doing inner child work, parts work, subconsciously where you're connecting to that younger part of you. I do have that up now that I think of it. I've done these before. So that you can just get used to understanding and separating that that's not actually you who thinks and feels and believes that. It was a part of you that it was imprinted with that limiting belief. So I'll do like a whole video on affirmations, but a couple ones for you to take right now is what you desire, ending it with this and something greater. Because your mind can only have a limited view of what actually is in store for you. And then one I also really love is my life is a continuous massive upgrade, because why would we not want an upgrade in any and every area of our life? And another one, I have a tattoo. It even says always, always. So insert any word up here. Money comes to me always, always. You just love it. Those are a couple examples of affirmations, but I could go so deep on every topic and area I addressed. I just wanted to give you little tasters here so you can start. You can start putting out into the world what it is that you actually want to have, hold, experience, to manifest, to do and be your part. It's such an incredible world when you have this connection to yourself and to how powerful you really, really are. So stay along with the journey. So much more goodness coming along to share with you, to guide you, to help you really connect to your own powerful manifestation way of being a creator and a co-creator. So much love to you. Definitely leave me a comment below of what you've manifested, what you are manifesting, put it out into the world. I'll definitely give a little surge of energy as well. Lots of love. Till next we meet. Mwah. Puppy.